Hello, my fellow stellar gamers. It's your gal, GamerGal792, and welcome back for another episode of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. Where do I even start? So, last time we started the case. We started the last day of trial for Lana Sky. We talked to Edgeworth a little bit in the defendant lobby. He gave his suspicions. He said he was going to prove Lana guilty, but I'm like, no, there's way more to this. And then we asked him to help us. And looks like he's kind of helping us. Ish, kind of. And we are currently cross-examining and hearing testimony from Emma about what happened 2 years ago when Neil was dead. We're saying that some things went down, and we just finished. I spent I don't know how long trying to piece together this jar, which turned out to look like the Blue Badger, even though the Blue Badger didn't exist 2 years ago. So we just finished putting together that damn jar. That should not have taken that long to figure out. The defense has proven its claim. The mysterious Blue Badger witnessed on the day of the crime was actually this. Now what, Edgeworth? What more? It's right in your face. What else are you going to deny? Like, what? Although we all enjoyed Mr. Wright's dramatic performance, one question remains. What's your point? What do you mean? So that Badger thing was actually just a jar. That doesn't change anything. No. It does. I'm afraid that's where you're wrong, Mr. Edgeworth. You see... Oh. This changes everything. Oops. Indeed. Very well then. Please tell us, what's different now that we know the witness saw this jar? The location, the murder weapon, the murderer. Okay, let's think about this. Alright, so we have the jar. We have this damn night creep. We have Lana, Neil, the statue, the halberd, and Gant. Wait, that China? This... Oh my god. This changes the location. Because we're saying that the crime happened on Lana's side of the room. Because Emma was waiting in the office for Emma. But that night, that night statue and these China sets, that was all on Gant's side. So that's what we're saying then. Then that means that Gant's office, his side of the desk, was where the murder actually took place. Oh, brother. So that would change something. That would change the location. That's all that would change is the location. Oh no. Oh no. Oh boy. Okay, well, that does change actually the location, actually. Allow me to take these in turn. At the moment of the murder, the witness saw this jar. At a very specific angle, I might add, Mr. Wright. Yes, well, knowing this, where could she have seen this jar? Where? The location of the jar is shown in a picture taken on the day of the crime. It's on a shelf in the office of Damon Gant. What? Gant? Oh my god. It just said Gant. What, Edgeworth? But the body was found lying near Lana Sky's. Don't you think it could have been moved? Like Goodman's? The witness testifies so herself. I'm not finished. Yes, and it's these two facts that reveal what actually transpired. You see, The struggle between Dark and Marshall did not take place in Lana Sky's office. It happened on the other side of the room in Chief Gant's office. Are you implying the murder moved the victim's body? Yes! Yes! From Damon Gant's office to Lana Sky's office? Dude, this isn't the first time we've had a body been moved. Like Jack Hammer's body. He was killed in Studio 2, and his body was moved from Studio 2 by the trailer, by the van, all the way to Studio 1. So yes! Yes! And Goodman's body, because now I'm starting to suspect that Goodman didn't actually die in the prosecutor's office, but he died somewhere else. Yes. Why would he do that? There's no reason. Exactly. If there wasn't a reason, he wouldn't have gone through the trouble. The only logical conclusion is that there was a reason. Do you know what the reason was, Mr. Wright? I am afraid to say. I finally figured it out. This is why Lana tried to stop the trial. It's too late to quit now, though.
Wonder if Cuddles Cunningham. Rub the baby the keys. Rub the baby the keys. You gonna take a shower today?
I'm in the middle of playing something right now.
Okay.
Do you mind?
I am doing laundry. Thank you very much.
And I'm doing something. Thank you very much too.
I might run out and do a couple
Okay.
things.
Please recall the witness's testimony. She says she knocked away the man who was holding up the knife. In the next instant, the jar was hit and flew through the air. Now tell me, what could have sent the jar flying? That would have to have been the impact the man made when he was knocked out into the wall. Ladies and gentlemen, if I may draw your attention to this picture once more. If the man was knocked into the direction of the shelf the jar was sitting on, what would he have hit? Ah! The suit of armor, holding a very sharp and dangerous looking sword. Yes. And since the man who was knocked into the armor was carrying a broken knife, he would have had to have been Neil Marshall, wielding the Keenan Prosecutor's trophy. Mr. Wright, you can't be thinking. Yes, there is another possibility of what actually transpired in that room. Another possibility? Of course, the perpetrator would have had no idea, but nevertheless... I don't know if I can go through with this. Oh no. Emma did say she knocked over someone. Are we really going to say that Emma accidentally killed Marshall? No. Mr. Wright, what's the matter? If events took place as the defense theorizes, the outcome is obvious. In that moment, assuming the man Emma Sky knocked away was actually Prosecutor Neil Marshall. Oh no. Are we saying that Emma accidentally killed Marshall? Oh, brother. Emma... You mean... Mr. Marshall died because of me? No! Emma, I'm sorry! Oh, crap. Oh, no, Emma! Slap! Frick! I never imagined her testimony would lead to this. No one could have thought that. So it was the witness who took the victim's life, and then proved so with their own testimony. This is unprecedented. Now who's objecting? Hannah, I'm sorry. What? What are you saying? I'm sorry, Miss Sky, but given the circumstances, Joe Dark murdered Prosecutor Marshall. How could you think it was Emma? How dare you try to pin the crime on her? Oh crap, her sprite. Imagine that coming from you. If you recall, it was you who admitted the fortunate evidence 2 years ago. The reason you moved Prosecutor Marshall's body was to keep anyone else from finding out about what Emma did, wasn't it? I assure you, Mr. Edwards, I have no idea what you're talking about. If you hope to have anyone believe your insane allegations, I'm afraid you're going to have proof. Tell me, do you have any conclusive evidence that proves my sister killed Neil Marshall? Evidence? I'm willing to bet you don't. Yes, it certainly would be difficult to prove this without evidence. If we don't have evidence, then we'll have to rely on testimony. I'm afraid that won't work in this case. Both parties involved in the incident are dead. We certainly can't get dead people to testify. This has all been a wild goose chase from the beginning. Oh no, Edgeworth, what are you cooking up? Touché, Miss Sky. Of course, that only leaves us with one possibility. You mean there's still another possibility? What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth? I mean, the possibility that the victim has left us a message. For better or for worse, Mr. Marshall did not die instantly. He may have left behind the name of the person who took his life. In one manner or another. That's impossible! Well, Mr. Wright, this is the only possibility left to you. A message from the deceased. Does such a message exist? I've got to think back to the court record. What do we got? This is becoming just like Turnabout Sisters all over again with the damn receipt. Do we have something that has, like, words on the back? Or any sort of letter? Man. Oh no. Oh shit, we do. It is very unfortunate, but unfortunately I think we do have something. Oh shit. The real murderer's name that the victim may have left behind is in the evidence. This message from the deceased is already in our possession. Mr. Wright! Will you stop at nothing to prove my sister a murder? I don't want to prove Emma to be murdered, but I have to figure out what the hell happened, babe. I'm sorry! Oh crap, Edgeworth. I don't like your grin at this moment in time. Do not be mistaken, Miss Sky. Our purpose is not to accuse Emma of any crime. There is only one thing we seek, the truth. No matter how painful it may be. Now then, Mr. Bryant, please show us the piece of evidence that conveys a message from the deceased. Oh god. Take that. This is the message left by the deceased. This is that blue badger from before, right? Oh, is he going to just speak the killer's name? Emma, really, your sarcasm is not needed here. If that thing could, I'm sure it would. Looks like everyone's forgotten this is just a jar. A message was left here, on the surface of this jar. What do you mean? Did you guys all overlook these splotches of blood? And I am very scared. If you look closely, you can see a faint trail of blood on this jar. It looks like someone wiped the blood away. Lana, don't tell me. Yes, but notice, for some reason, the blood on some of the finger fragments was not wiped away. Yes, there is a line here drawn in blood. So what you're saying is these dots were once lines. Prosecutor Marshall did not die instantly. He used the few precious moments left to leave behind a message. Oh god. One that someone apparently wiped away. But blood must have seeped into the jar where the lines changed directions. Oh no. Precisely so. All we need to do is connect these points, and the victim's message will become apparent. No! Lana, I'm right with you. I am not liking where this is going. Mr. Wright, what kind of message did the victim leave for us? Your Honor, I believe these bloodstains will reveal to us the answer. I've got to connect these dots to make letters. There's only one thing the victim would have written, given the circumstances. His murderer's name. Oh, fuck. Alright. This is funny how we're writing this in blue. Alright. Excuse me, line. Oh, shit, I think I messed up. Hang on. Alright. Yeah, you guys see where I'm going with this, aren't you? Can I really not connect this one? I guess there's just automatic shows the E, but look. I'm sorry. Oh shit. It's a defense attorney's duty to prove their client's innocence. That's why all I've been thinking about is saving Lana. Fuck. After all my efforts, I never thought it would turn out like this. Shit. Emma. So this is the final message Prosecutor Marshall left behind. Hannah, I'm so sorry. Of all people, she may not have meant it, but in the end, the one who took the victim's life was Emma Skye. Oh no. Oh crap. Yeah, everyone. Yeah, please do not talk. Seaworthy? Can't I say I didn't warn you? Gant, shut up! I do not want to hear it. It is not your turn to speak. Get your torch organ music out of here. Go find a church or something. Chief Gant. Do you understand the implications of what you've done? What? What are you talking about? 2 years ago, Joe Dark was sentenced to death. He was convicted because of his final murder. I believe you were prosecuted in the case, were you not? Yes, Worthy. Because of you, an innocent man was sentenced to death. Not only that, but you used forged evidence to ensure his conviction. Oh, do not play this card on us, Get out! Get you and your church organ music out of here! I don't want to hear it. But Joe Dark really was a serial murderer. That's undeniable. Can't look past that, man. I'm afraid that's not important. What do you mean that's not important? Didn't you know? We aren't defenders of justice. What? We're merely keepers of the law. Sentencing a man to death is no light matter. Even if there wasn't any cover-up or evidence forgery. I do not like the tones you're using here, sir. Ultimately, the responsibility falls on the prosecutor in charge. Jeez, how much more are you gonna throw Edward's name in the mud, man? Jeez! Despite what anyone may say, this fact cannot be denied. Oh, hell. What's going on at the prosecutor's office? They might have sent an innocent man to his death. He's a serial killer! How could he just stand there like it wasn't his fault? I want shut up! Order! 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 See, look what you started, Gans. The gavel's pounding fell on deaf ears. Unable to settle the crowd, the judge declared a recess. Where this trial is headed, no one knows. I mean, I could have waited, but I did not. But that jar was pissing me off. So let me just save really quick, and we'll continue on. And here we are, back in the defendant lobby. Sorry, Edworth. Didn't mean to get you in trouble. Don't worry about it. This is my problem, not yours. Well, it's kind of turning into my slightly my problem as well. Hope I'm not interrupting anything else. Gumshoe! Oh my god, I'm glad to see you, but yes, you are kind of interrupting my chat with my boyfriend. What? Oh, guess I am. I'll come back later. Gumshoe, get back here! Wait, Detective Gumshoe, what is it? Come back here, babes, please. You've got a lot of nerve, pal, making a detective run around while on duty. No, top it off, you call me here. I've seen happier people at funerals. I did not call you here, Gumshoe. I take a lot as having you run errands again. Let me tell you, this is the last time, pal. Here, she asked me to give this to you if there was a break in today's trial. Evidence law? Evidence law? Edgeworth was talking about it just the other day. You must know the 2 rules of evidence law. Rule number 1, no evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. Is that right, Mr. Ray? Seems so. You could at least say some evidence law, really. Well, here I go, Emma. Your wish is granted. Chief Prosecutor also wanted me to give you a message. A message? She said, if you're planning to take him on, you're going to need this book. Him. I guess I'll need to give this book a thorough read. Evidence law securely slipped into pocket. From Miss Sky explains the 2 rules of evidence law. Doesn't look like that book will do you any good now, though. Well, I still may be able to use it. Jeez, I have 3 pages of evidence. God. Alright. Rules for submitting evidence. Rule number 1, no evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. Rule number 2, unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case on trial. Okay. Thank you. All that's left now is the chief prosecutor's sentence. That's where you're wrong, detective. Huh? Haven't you figured it out yet? Yeah, but the 2 of us are fighting on this one. We are fighting against damn demonic words. And I'm going to drag his ass here. Why I'm still sitting in that prosecutor's seat, despite all these allegations being thrown at me? Mr. Edgeworth. The real trial today hasn't begun yet. Exactly. What? What else is there left to do? Figure out what exactly who's hiding what. Your credibility's been all but ruined with this forged evidence you were unaware of. Emma Sky found out she unwillingly caused a man's death, and now you'll tell me you want to do more? You've gotta be kidding me, pal! You're missing the point, detective. Lana didn't murder Detective Goodman. She merely stuck a knife into his dead body. If anything, it's just mutilation and, you know, messing up with a crime scene. That means the real killer is still out there. What? And we're going to expose him, no matter what it takes. This case has hurt too many people. It's time to bring it to an end. Alright, Phoenix, let's go. Come on, Edgeworth. You're coming along with me. Let's do this. Alright, friends, we're back. Alright, let's get him on the stand, shall we? Court will now reconvene for the trial of Miss Lana Sky. Mr. Edgeworth. Yes, Your Honor? The Inquiry Committee is planning to impose harsh penalties for your actions. Thank you for the news, Your Honor. Yes, well, normally this is where the prosecution calls forth a witness, but... what? This isn't easy to say. You see, there is some concern that you, Mr. Edgeworth, may have, struck a bargain. Dang, he's taking this on head on. I gotta get props to Edgeworth. You think I may have manipulated the witnesses? I didn't say that. You were implying it, though. It's just, you see, everyone has been talking in. Very well, Your Honor. I have a solution. A solution? That being the case, the prosecution will allow the defense to call forth all further witnesses. What? What? There's no precedent for what you're proposing. Undeniably, this is an unusual arrangement, but a very effective one. It would prove that I haven't struck any deals with the witnesses. Well, Mr. Bright, what'd you say? Sure. Unbelievable. Edgeworth has found a way to continue the trial. Very well. The defense accepts the prosecution's proposal. Then it's settled that the defense may now call for the next witness. Mr. Wright. What, Edgeworth? You do realize this is your last chance? If you call the wrong witness, this trial is as good as over. The defense calls. Time's finally come to bring out the real murderer. And looky there! The person I would love to talk to the most and would rather have put a stake into his chest, even though he's not a vampire, but he may as well be one, is the first thing I see. Well, look at that. Here we are. Damon Gant. The defense calls Damon Gant to the stand. Damon Gant? What does this have to do? What does he have to do with anything? Oh, hang on, Judge. Hang on there, man. I have a method to my madness, just as Edgeworth does. Sit back, relax, get some popcorn, and enjoy this show. As the defendant's partner 2 years ago, Mr. Gant has first-hand knowledge of the crime. I feel we should hear what he has to say about it. As luck would have it, he should still be in the courthouse. He would also be the least likely to have been manipulated by me in any way. Yeah, no freaking way. That dude would not take orders from Edgeworth. You gotta be crazy. Wouldn't you agree, Your Honor? True. Alright, bailiff, please escort Mr. Gant to the stand. Come on out, bronze man. Witness, please state your name and occupation. What is this? Some kind of practical joke? I wish we were joking, but with you, absolutely not. I was just on my way to lunch. Well, lunch can wait. Your name and occupation, sir. Worthy, are you sure you want to do this? Hey, don't blame Edgeworth on this. You can come at me, man. I'm the one that called you here, so if anything, you should be saying that to me, not Edgeworth. Back off. Your name and occupation. So, you want to play hardball, eh? Please, Mr. Gant. Fine. My name is Damon Gant. I'm the acting chief of police. Now then, Chief Gant, the court requests to hear your testimony. Oh, righto. What's with the grim face? Yours is about to be the same thing once I knock you down a peg or two, or maybe 100. First, let's clear up this SL9 incident. Oh, you mean that time when Lana's sister murdered that prosecutor? Personally, I think it's been made pretty clear already. No. Nothing ever in these cases is cut and dry. Come on, Phoenix. There are still some things unaccounted for. Oh? Like what? Like the role you played in all of this. Yeah, I'm looking at you while you play with your hair. Son. Either you're very brave or very foolish. Do not call me son. Righto, it's fine. I don't want you to call me son, man. I do not want to be associated with you. You are aware, of course, that a police chief has all kinds of weapons at his disposal. Are you threatening me? Dude, this is the second time you threatened someone in this damn court. Both of them have been attorneys. Weapons? Sure, take my testimony, for example. I don't have to give it if I don't want to. What? Is that true? I'm afraid so. The chief of police has the right to refuse to testify. Of course, such an action carries with it certain risks. Why'd you not tell me this? Don't worry, I'm not here to hinder your trial. Oh, yes you are, sir. You've been hindering it since 2 years, and that was long before this whole shit show started. Just remember, if this turns out to be a big waste of time, don't say I didn't warn you. Very well, the witness may now begin his testimony. Oh dear God. Okay, SL9 incident. Before we do that, let me get a quick sip of water. Alright, Gan, let's hear what you gotta say. As I recall, Neil and I were questioning him that day. To make a long story short, we slipped up. The power outage didn't help either. When I went to my office, I found Lana there. Apparently, she has already arranged the crime scene. As you can see, I have nothing to do with the forgery. Is that when Dark was arrested? Him? He was lying on the floor unconscious. And boink! Let me guess, Neil was prancing on top of the sword. When Emma sent Neil flying, it seems Stark bumped his head. I see. Everything seems very clear-cut. If the police chief has the right to refuse to testify, then I better hit him hard and fast. Okay, so that basically means do not dance around the issue. We're not going to press anything unnecessary because I already know where I'm going. As I recall, Neil and I were questioning him that day. To make a long story short, we slipped up. That power outage didn't help either. When I went to my office, I found Lana there. Apparently, she had already arranged the crime scene. As you can see, I had nothing to do with forgery, but yes, you did, sir. You most certainly did. You hid 2 pieces of evidence that weren't even on that list. So you better fucking believe you did have something to do with this forgery. You claim you had nothing to do with the forgery. But I'm afraid that is a claim you cannot back up. Explain yourself. Several pieces of evidence were found in your office. Take this jar, for example. That's the blue badger you showed us earlier. That is a jar, Your Honor. A piece of this jar was discovered in your safe. Not only that, but the evidence list I presented earlier was actually found inside your desk. It was found where? You see, Chief Gan, these articles of evidence uncovered in your office are both concrete proof that you also played a part in the illegal investigation. Chief Gan, what is the meaning of this? Oh, here's the defense attorney who may even rival Worthy. So you admit to it then, that you were involved in the forgery? Who, me? Or do you mean you? Me? Why would I have anything to do with that? I wasn't even an attorney 2 years ago. Well, you were the one who snuck into my office when you found this evidence. I was with Gumshoe. But I mean, that is fair, but I was also with a detective, so. Prosecutors aren't the only ones capable of forging evidence. Excuse me? Are you really saying that I would forge evidence? Excuse me, no. Defense attorneys can do so too. Is that right, Righto? I wasn't even an attorney 2 years ago, sir. However, Detective Gumshoe was present during the investigation. Come on, Edward, save me. Worthy, my boy. Not even detectives are exempt from the law. Rest assured, Dick will receive his due punishment. You do not touch Gumshoe! What? If Detective Gumshoe's salary drops any further, he'll end up paying to work. Yes, well, in light of the detective's presence, please give us your testimony regarding this piece of evidence found in your office, and the relation to the forgery that took place at the crime scene. My, kids these days no longer know how to put 2 and 2 together. Shut up, man. You're getting on my fucking nerves. Evidence and forgery. Let's see, what was it now? A jaw fragment and a list? For all I know, you could have planted them in my office. What? How could I have gotten my hands on that? Anyway, you can't prove when those pieces of evidence were discovered. If they were found after Dark was convicted, then they're worthless. There's no reason I'd participate in a forgery. Rearranging the crime scene wouldn't help me out anyway. Uh-huh. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor? When investigating the crime scene, you should have been more careful to observe protocol. You do understand that I am the chief of police, right? There will be consequences. You do not come anywhere near me. Indeed, I believe I will press charges, so you won't make the same mistake again. My apologies, Chief, but would you mind waiting until tomorrow for that? Today is, well, you know. Alright, Edgy. In return, though, I know, that place, right? Huh? What are these guys, telepathic? Well, I mean, they are buds. Evidence and forgery. For all I know, you could have planted them in my office. Anyway, you can't prove when those pieces of evidence were discovered. If they were found after Dark was convicted, then they're worthless. There's no reason I participate in a forgery. Rearranging the crime scene wouldn't help me out anyway. I fucking disagree, sir. Really, Chief Gans? At the very least, there is one very large benefit you've reaped from all this. Oh, I wasn't aware. What is this benefit? That would, of course, be the position you have, Chief of Police. Oh. The resolution of the SL9 incident secured your promotion to Chief. That in itself is sufficient motive. Oh, that's a good one. Get the torch organ music out of here. I would be fine testifying to you without music. Huh? Do you really think I'm that incompetent? What do you mean? Even without that case, I was already in line to become the next chief. The resolution of SL9 merely sped up the inevitable a little. Is that true, Edgeworth? Yes, he was going to be made chief anyway. Be careful when pointing that finger, or you might wind up being the one pointed at. So that means there's only one possible motive for you to commit forgery. If you didn't do it for yourself, then you did it for someone else. Lana. He did it for Lana, did he? Don't be silly, Worthy. You know me better than that. Does he? There's only 3 people I look out for. Me, myself, and I. There, it's out in the open now. Gee, would you mind if I change my testimony a little? By all means, please do. I wouldn't be anyone's accomplice if there was nothing in it for me. Oh, I fucking disagree. Nothing in it for you? Sorry, but the only person I care about is yours truly. That girl, Lana's little sister, was it? If you think I felt sorry for her, you better think again. God damn. You're right, you don't feel sorry for anyone. What's the word for that? It's not psychotic. Would sociopath be the word? Or masochist? Selfish? Egotistical? No, I wouldn't say any of those words. Maybe narcissism? Be tough on crime and tough on people. That's how I was raised. Nah, you crazy, man. You seem to be lax enough on yourself, though. Oh, that's a good one, Worthy. Could there have been something in it for him? If we're saying that Gan would never do something for anyone, unless it benefited him, what about control over the next chief prosecutor, aka Lana? Given his selfishness, would he have helped someone out? Oh, absolutely, there was something in it for him. True, you might not have helped out anyone for their sake, but it would benefit you. You might decide to assist someone. Mr. Bryan, it appears you're positively determined to portray the chief as a nice man who likes to lend people a hand. No, that is not where I'm going with this, not in the slightest. That's not what I mean. Very well then. Who is the person you believe that Chief Gan may have helped forge evidence? How about his partner in freaking crime? Take that! Chief Prosecutor Lana Sky? The defendant? Yeah, what do you gotta say about that, Gans? I believe it's quite obvious in light of the circumstances. Emma Sky fell victim to an unfortunate series of events. Who would want to help her more than her own sister, Lana? And as for Chief Gan, he would also have a reason to help Lana if she asked him to. That reason, of course, is self-profit. Self-profit? What do you mean? After the SL9 incident was resolved, Lana Sky was appointed chief prosecutor at the prosecutor's office. The person who arranged this job change was you, Chief Gant. But how would he profit from all of this? He would be able to use the chief prosecutor as his puppet. Exactly. Essentially, he would acquire unchecked authority over all investigations. Do you mean to tell me that despite the chief's formidable appearance, he plays with puppets? No! Your Honor, please. Oh, wait. You must mean puppet as in someone forced to do his bidding. Never mind. Just stop talking, Judge. Admit it, Chief. You assisted Lana Sky in forging evidence. Your motive to appoint her as chief prosecutor so you could control her. Righto, my boy. You have quite an imagination. Yes, thank you. I've been told that a lot. By everyone. By defendants, witnesses, even the real culprits. Even Edward and the judge, so... zip it. Let me ask you something. What? Do you have any proof of this? that I controlled Lana? For example, is Lana testifying that I've done such a thing? No, because you're forcing her to keep her mouth shut. If someone's controlling another person, they would not outright say it. Lana, she's keeping quiet to protect Emma. There's no way she'd testify against Gans. I'm afraid without any proof, this all amounts to nothing more than mere conjecture. Unless that is also what happened in this incident. This incident? Which one would that be? Of course I'm talking about Goodman's death, the murder of Detective Bruce Goodman. The chief prosecutor has been acting strange throughout this entire trial. It only took y'all until now to realize that. Almost as if someone has been controlling her. Worthy, you better watch your tongue. I wouldn't want you to get hurt. Are you threatening him again? Oh my god! Can we just have like a bailiff just like restrain him or something? He's literally threatening Edgeworth again! Just what do you mean? What he means, Your Honor, is that Chief Gant is involved in the murder of Detective Goodman. Not only that, but the Chief is now making Lana to take the rap to cover up his involvement. What? Order! 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 I said order! Mr. Wright, you can't be serious. Huh? This is an affront to the highest ranking officer in our law enforcement agency. To accuse the chief of police of blackmail and murder. Listen, I already did that with Manfred von Karma, okay? You gave me that same look. Is it really that crazy that I would be going at it 2 times in a row? Impossible! Shush. Your Honor, I was merely reiterating what Mr. Edgeworth said in easier to understand language. It's too late, Mr. Wright. There's no turning back for us now. Yes, Edgeworth! Yes! He's on my side! Let's go! Oh, hell yeah! Alright, let's do this, Edgeworth. It's you and me. Let's do it. Looks like he's the one who's deciding to go through with this. Alright, let's jump on, shall we? Let's tag along on this race. Can you prove this, Mr. Wright? That the chief, a high-ranking officer in the law, is involved in this murder? Good question. Regardless of his rank or title, Chief Gant is just a man. The question is he a criminal? I believe the evidence will tell. I see. Alright then. Let's see what Mr. Wright's got, and it better be good. Show us this evidence that ties Chief Gant to the murder of Detective Goodman. That ties him? That ties him. So if we're saying this has nothing to do with what happened at SL9, but with this current case, the only thing I got is this list, because about this last number, because like I said earlier, this ID number belongs to a higher rank officer. This was on the day Goodman died. So the only thing I have is just this evidence list. This is the ID card list. Oh, whoops. Yes, the one that shows who entered the evidence room on the day of the crime. There was one ID on the list we couldn't determine the owner of yesterday. Yes, all those nice 7s. Sorry, but there's no way you can prove that's my card number. It's your number. I'm bluntly saying it. I've already kind of figured it out. It's your number, Gans. What? How do you know that? The safe in Chief Gant's office requires a code to open. A 7-digit code. 7 digits? You don't mean... That's exactly what I mean. Oh my god. I'm afraid so, Your Honor. The code was 7777777. The same number as the remaining ID card number on that list. Chief Gant, you entered the evidence room on the day of the crime. Oh, heck yeah, this music. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, I love seeing that face. You sweating now, boy? Got ya. Order, order. Chief Gam, what do you have to say? Nothing. The defense's search of my office was in violation of regulations. Listen, I've broken into places plenty of times, okay? And I will demand Mr. Wright to be punished to the maximum extent of the law. Edgeworth! Come on! Well, right now this court demands an explanation from you about the use of this ID card. You ain't escaping this one, Gantz! Chief Gantz, so you admitted you entered the evidence room on the day of the crime? What about it? I'm chief of police. Whether it's the evidence room or the bathroom, what's the difference? I can go anywhere I want. Tell me, when you entered the room, were you alone? I always go to the bathroom alone, so as I do with the evidence room. I do not care about your trips to the bathroom. Detective Goodman wouldn't have happened to be with you on that day, would he? Of course not. Why would he? Oh, dude, you hesitated, and you're sweating bullets. Oh, dude, why the hell you lying? That's a nice little jingle. I hadn't seen him in days. Oh, I say not. You hadn't seen him in days. Again, I'm afraid you've just undone yourself. Let's go. On that day, you had to have met with Detective Goodman. What do you mean? Oh, hey now, I'm getting there. This trial's purpose is to determine Lost Guy's guilt. No, it isn't, Your Honor. This is to determine who killed Goodman and what the actual hell happened 2 years ago. This trial's purpose is to determine the truth. Exactly. Get him dead. If Chief Gam met with the victim on the day of the crime, then we would need to determine one thing. What transpired during that meeting? In that case, Mr. Wright, I'm going to have to ask you for evidence. Show us proof that the victim went to meet Chief Gam on the day of the crime. To meet with Gan on the day of the crime. What reason would Goodman have to do that? Oh my god. The lost item report. Because if you look here, on the day Goodman died, he signed this in his ID. He lost his ID. And this can only, and it says right here, can only be submitted to the chief of police. So this is why Goodman met with Gant, to submit this. Take that! Detective Goodman lost his ID card on the day of the crime. Or to be more accurate, Jake Marshall stole it. So Detective Goodman filled out a lost item report. He would have had to give it to the report to the chief of police. Yeah, you are in possession of the report, because I found it in the freaking trash. Which means you can't be sure if he filed it. Oh, I know he did. He filed it. How do I know, you ask? Because he needed to enter the evidence room that day. He needed to? Yes, to transfer the evidence out. Oh, did you guys forget it? It was evidence transferal day. Detective Goodman took the form to you, Chief Gans. Then, you accompanied the detective to the evidence room. I accompanied him? Yes. There's no other way the murderer and Detective Goodman could have entered the room. Hold on, let me guess what you're going to say next. I, the chief of police, murdered poor Goodman. That's exactly what I'm saying. Uh-huh. Exactly. But wait, the chief didn't necessarily need to accompany him to the evidence room. He could have just lent him his ID card. Yes. Now that you mention it, I believe I might have done something of that sort. Oh, hell no! Edward, get him! No way! Sorry, but that's not possible. According to the record, your card was only used once. Yeah, you showed us your ID card earlier. If you had really lent it to Detective Goodman. I love how it's like faded out on Bruce Goodman, and that's what we're using. It would have been found on his body. No! Oh, whoa! Oh, that's creepy, Sprite. Holy crap! Holy shit! You got it. You didn't. The murder was most likely a spur-of-the-moment crime, for no one in their right mind would choose the police department as a place to commit murder. Jesus. After the murder, you contacted Lana at the prosecutor's office. Why? To dispose of Detective Goodman's body, of course. You're forgetting, Mr. Wright, that the victim's body was discovered in the prosecutor's parking lot. How did he manage to move it there? I was at the police department the entire day, you know. Everyone's aware that Lana stayed at the prosecutor's office after the ceremony. Everyone except me, it seems. Still, you're the chief of police. You have an entire police force at your disposal. Oh, so you think I just ordered an officer to do it? Hey, you! Take this here dead body over to the prosecutor's office. I don't think so. Chief Gann, you left all the evidence we need to prove how you moved the body to the prosecutor's office. All this time I thought it was just a useless clue taking up space. How could the chief have moved the body? Mr. Wright, show us this evidence. To move the victim's body, Chief Gann used this. To move the body? Oh my god. Because the body was in Edward's car, in his trunk! Evidence from a past case of Edward's brought... Oh my god, this is how. This is how he did it. This is how he moved Detective Goodman's body. What's that? A screwdriver? But what does this have to do with the case? Mr. Edgeworth, think back to the day of the crime. What is this screwdriver doing here? It's here because... Ugh! I was asked to go, by Chief Gat no less. He told me he wanted to keep it here in the prosecutor's office. In any case, on the day of the stabbings, I brought this back here. Aha! Aha! Look-ee there! After the ceremony ended that day, I didn't plan to return to the prosecutor's office. But you did, because Chief Gann asked you to. You mean The body was found in the trunk of Mr. Edgeworth's car. I think it's obvious what happened. Because remember, Edward was there that day to do evidence transferal. And not to mention, he received the King of Prosecutors Award. The body was moved by that car. Detective Goodman's body was carried in the trunk of Mr. Edward's car? Yes, unless, of course, you have another explanation, Chief. Why else would you have asked Mr. Edward to transport evidence from a closed case? Yeah. What do you gotta say to that? There's only one possible explanation. To transport the body of your accomplice, Miss Lana Skye. Order! What's going on here? That's a very, very good question. And I think we're gonna find that out in the next episode. I'm sorry, but I recorded this for over 50 minutes, and my voice is starting to give out on me. So next time I see you guys, we are going to continue on with the trial because I want to make this finale nice and long for you guys. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys did enjoy, be sure to like, comment, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Until then, take care. Bye-bye!